with this
It is.
rock facing being center. They're going to see a lot of plays coming around here, and Rusty Zero going to go ahead and pick up one of the members for Daytrade as they make the approach. We're going to see any repositions from that. Maybe.
I guess Brazilian teams, at least in esports, normally are very aggressive. They have like real flair, real aggression to it. If you think about FURIA in Counter-Strike, for example, they are notoriously, statistically, one of the most aggressive teams there is. Buriram currently are taking that, but that's just a beheading right there. Fergus handing out free haircuts. Goodbye, Edie. I mean, the man's hitting the deck. He should be fine. Squeaky, on the other hand, not so much so. M200. Further afield with the SLR. Dropping that away, Squeaky gets knocked. And I don't know if Squeaky was the one on his own. I don't know if there was another member of Ence there. I think I'm seeing maybe another on the map. Was Squeaky all on his lonesome? It looks like he was.
Yep.
And now Tixu's been knocked. Ence are in real trouble here. This could be them dipping out super early after a pretty late game performance.
This is the problem whenever you're running these very wide 4-man splits to try to control territory. Whenever you're going for these peaks in first person, suddenly you're looking towards the west and then towards the north, you get shot at. Circle is going to go a little bit north, but no surprise to most players, it's going to be around Power Grid San Martin. Now, don't be surprised if you see a lot of very long wrapping rotations. All these teams back and shot come back in this direction. It's extremely problematic. And Lou, what we got going on here? Oh, when we get to replay, it's almost like a spoiler. You know that they're going to have to hit the shot. There we go. Poor. Much more contained corridor as you now see 4 a.m. shoot to kill all lining up next to each other. They're going to have to deal with the Afreeca Freecs off of one side of it. If they run through this, FaZe could potentially be on the other side of them depending on how they roll through. Hansi has vision. Oh, Crazy getting a little bit of a spray there, but Hansi attacking between them. Shoot to go finds themselves between two, and that's both Purdy and Alo getting dropped off, and Crazy wanted to go ahead and get a little bit more out of it. FaZe now taking the shots towards them, forces them up that hillside. Crazy on no life, but should be able to crest the hill and get away from it. The problem means that there's more and more teams all rolling into this one spot. They said, hey, these dips in this hill are pretty center, so let's all go for it. And now Liquid rolling right along next to 4 a.m. who are just hungry and violently going after each other.
4 a.m., that's a little too bold for me. God V out of the vehicle does find a fight, but he loses it. It's Jun to find that one, but now the rest of 4 a.m. turn up. The angry men pour out of the vehicles and try and breach, but LG Divine do have the compound under control for now, but the timing, sublime for forever, clears the corner and clears the player. Now looks for more, it's Turtle, gets one back, can't get the flush though. Now ready for the next response. Couple of bullets still in the mag, he's fine, he's good to fight. And I don't know why Under hates Kale so much, but he's just knocked him out for some reason. Fair play. Lou now, the last one alive for 4 a.m. Looking worse for wear. Now the rest of the teams are all kind of congregating around this. Look at DGW coming in, Tianba coming in. Everyone's kind of looking this way, maybe seeing weakness in the compound, maybe a crash potential. They're all coming towards us. Are they going to crash the same compound or do they sit across the road? It looks like they've opted to not go completely mad on this one. Sit just across the way, but now focus fire. Goodbye 4 a.m. Welcome to the lobby, boys. DGW, Tianba, so hard compressed in this that no one wants to shoot as well. This is just, you've got to play for position, and Zen needs to find the exact right time to do this. Oh, and look at the patience. Shinboy doesn't want to give it away for free because he knows there's probably a third party. He's got more things to worry about, and Furia is a more pressing issue.
Good connecting shots from Shinboy, and that's why you play that frontal position, so that way you can protect your teammates. The issue is, if they continue to go on too much further, they are going to have too many teams with sightline, and it seems like they've got to read on that. Zenith says, okay, well, if it worked for them, maybe it'll work for us. The problem is now Afreeca's a little bit better set up. Going ahead and pick up one. Roth already down. Poonage on almost no life. Kickstart Shinboy trying to roll up that hillside, not having the same success as we saw Furia have just a moment ago.
50 players in this. 50. Shinboy, it might be 49 soon, sadly. He's doing his best serpentine, trying to keep himself mobile, unable to be predicted. And Under actually receives a bit of flack right back in.
How did he find a dip? And Ence are like, hey, okay, let's just keep the third-party Fiesta going. Now Kale still trying to get some damage back into Ence. Very wide separated positions coming from Freecs, looking back into Kia's positioning now. Ence has a lot of control over into the east, and so with the circle condensing down, they're hoping that it's going to go favorably back to this position. Divine and the firefight that they had with 4 a.m. and a very strong point still to this point in the game, and going to continue to be so. So Tianba, we have DetonatioN White, Divine holding down strong defensible positions. The question comes into play with so many teams not inside the safe zone. is it another send it moment because these teams don't have options? You either crest the hillside, you try to find the road, maybe you decide to crash into one of these compounds and hope somebody's looking the other direction.
Divot on the hillside, but there's Rustamar finding Indigo, so well and truly aware of their position. And Afreeca Freecs going for the send. It might be the only option they have. And look, we've already seen what they can do, catching drive-bys left and right. EJ going to pull up. He's going to look for another. Rustamar keeping himself pretty sharp in this one already, though. You can see the clear coming out from Hansia. Does get a tag and the frag. This is good clearing work by Afreeca Freecs.
If you're Detonation White, you have to assume somebody could approach from this side, and Afreeca Freecs finally has their first member down, as they have just been dealing a hand to Detonation while they're trying to respond. They're all stacked in this little cubby, and that is too bad of an idea. Grenades rain in, and there you go. Afreeca Freecs gets control in an easy fashion of push. They just made that look so clean.
Okay, the next big question is, can FaZe make it out of this circle? Look at that south side. It is littered with bodies, teams, vehicles, smokes, the lot. Vinoska's got a dirty angle to work with as well. Gustav caught out. Didn't get to be able to send a single bullet back, but you can see Daytrade's teammate there. His teammate even getting a little damage and actually put to bed by LG Divine. Who knows where people can see at this point. Liquid now managed to find 2 players from 2 separate teams. It's Ence to get the flush. That summarizes how busy this is, but Liquid stay alive. They've managed to stabilize on this very southern side. And actually, they have safety on their east. They have no other team further east of them. They have FaZe to their west, Daytrade, DXG, T1, and Buriram. Buriram aren't stopping either. T1 are in trouble because you know you've got Buriram on one side who are unrelenting. FaZe are visioning you. I think he's 5 alive right now. I think Dangche is knocked. Yeah, down. Okay, so between FaZe and Buriram, they clean that up. I don't think there are many vehicles left here. I think Liquid might have theirs because they intended this hillside and they got the east for free. I don't know if... Oh, FaZe have found one. Okay, well, that's something, but Vinotka still lingering around. Venotika's found Fuzzface. He wants some more, tries to go for the dirty little flush on it. Can't get away with it, though. Is there time for a res? Blues are about to get moving. They are close to that. And now DXG, they're left in a tricky spot as well. Liquid in the vehicles. It's time to send here. Welcome to the madness. LG Divine will be waiting with bated breath because everyone from that hillside is about to roll down.
Liquid the first to move, but they're going to have FaZe hot on their heels. Divine needs to defend this. They know it's coming. They've got to hear these firefights, but it's going to be Liquid that does manage to at least get a couple of their members through, but FaZe just unloads back behind them. Clip says hell no, gets the drop on 2 of them. So now just 2 for FaZe trying to make the push through. Turtle has an idea on what's going on, and Team Liquid is eliminated as well as FaZe, just back to back. And Divine is trying to figure out what the hell just happened in front of them.
The Clown Fiesta continues, but under, up and over, does get 1, but can't find the second. That could have been big for him, and should be able to get the res and keep themselves safe. Now, this has updated, though. They need to leave the safety of this hillside. Tianba quietly waiting. Afreeca Freecs, credit to them to move when they did. They took the compound correctly at the right time rather than waiting for those final moments when the pressure would be too much, when everyone was looking towards it. I hope they convert this game because that'll be a reward for very diligent play. But Tianba have something to say about that. They're still in this fight. Ence on the center, Afreeca Freecs to receive on the other side of this one, and Ence gonna lose 1 at the start. That's Rustamar gone, but Diggory and Tixu make it to the compound.
Oh, the vehicle explosion knocks Tixu, so it is just Diggory, the last one up for his squad. Afreeca Freecs still trying to contend with all of the different angles around them, trying to figure out where the approach could come. Diggory playing this a little bit more patient. Knows the fact that he has time in his favor. He did get to the safe zone and creeps back over, almost makes it back in time to res Tixu, but at least is going to be able to get the loot from it. Everything is starting to calm down a little bit as the next 10 seconds, the circle is going to shift. It's going to be about how Afreeca wants to play this, and they know they cannot leave this wall unprotected. Steps around, easy peasy peek for them. So Afreeca Freecs now sitting on 11 kills, gets control of this quadrant of all of these compounds. Circle now pops. They are still in it. Divine potentially going to have to move, and DXG still in a problematic location. So while they are going to get to that position, it's only going to be a matter of time before they have to move. With this, can they maybe find some type of rearranged angle? And no, they say we're just going to use the smokes to hold this one through. Give us the acceleration time to roll around. Lin Xun already has an idea on this is going to go through, tossing out the grenades, but he was the solo point on the side of this, so instead flanking around, trying to make a play back towards these rocks, and they're going to get it. The only problem with it is the next circle going to favor them? Because if they make this gamble play and they still have to move forward, they've lost their vehicles and they have no cover to work with. Look at how much utility they're having to burn. 2 members already down. The grenade range, the shots coming out from Afreeca Freecs are just so deadly for Divine.
Look at Hikari, he's already making his way across. The Afreeca Freecs are getting proactive towards late game. They're like, LG Divine are in pieces. Tianba are so focused on them. We can try and make our move now. There is LG Divine gone. We're down to the 4v4, and look at Hikari go. Smoke's already in, the cross is made. Lorena's trying to maybe keep this safe. Maybe that little bit of a worry is starting to build in their mind. Wait, where have they gone? Why are they smokes down? Are they in our compound already? And look at this wrap from Afreeca Freecs. You're going to have like EJ, Hikari close to the compound.
But the issue comes into play. If a knock comes from Afreeca Freecs first, there is near on nothing for Tianba to do.
I love these aggressive smokes as well. It basically means you're running out blind. You have no idea what you're running in towards. This is great play. Afreeca Freecs are playing a fantastic game. Make no mistake. They are doing this very diligently. They have basically smoked their compound, so when they try and leave, you have one exit that they have vision on. This is great stuff. Akkad, though, receives a lot of damage. That kind of creates an opportunity for Tianba, but look at the response. EJ instantly gets to the wall. You don't get out for free. We hold this crossfire, and the only way out really is to the west side of the compound, where currently Linshun and Lorena are trying to run. That's where it's going to come down to maybe Akkad or Hanzia to keep an eye on this. Now, let's keep our eyes on what Hanzia does. EJ's got a nade primed. Hold on, this could be huge. Post it through the window, post it down to the side. Window it goes, doesn't find anyone right now, but yes it does! Minx goes down, the spray comes in, Hanzia's nade's done some work as well. We've got 2 alive right now for Tianba, and I've got to say it, across the board, they've been outplayed by Afreeca Freecs here.
This is just such a technically strong ending from Afreeca Freecs from every step of the way. Tianba gonna have to power through this one. Akkad has an angle, Hanzia has the angle, opting in to go for the res, but there's just not enough time. The grenade rain is just coming down too strong. Lorena, the last one up, taking so much damage. Now where do you go from here on out? There's just too many members of Afreeca Freecs already on top of you and making it look